Former Test hooker John Allan says the Springboks lineout imploded against the All Blacks after the first move but the set piece was overcomplicated, writes Craig Lewis. The Boks came into last Saturday's clash with an impressive 95% line-out success rate in the Rugby Championship, but this set piece was an absolute shambles in Albany, with the Springboks winning just 9 of their 14 throws. While the All Blacks gave credit to a line-out strategy that had been devised to disrupt the Boks, it was clear that the visitors were also often the architects of their own demise. Also Reid Romano helped wreck Bok line-out at the very first line-out. Scrum half Francois Hougaard stood at the front, with prop Ruan Dreyer fulfilling a lifting role at the back, while all 5 of the other players in the line-out ping-balled around in a confusing move. In the end, the throw-in from hooker Malcolm Marx failed to even touch the hands of his jumper, Franco Mostert, as it went well over the top. Allan, who featured in 9 tests for Scotland and 13 for the Springboks, said it had been painful to watch. That performance on Saturday was beyond embarrassing. At the lineouts, it all went tits up from the first one, when everyone was running around like mad, and then the throw went over the top. They just overcomplicated the whole situation, and it was quite laughable in the end. As a hooker, that first throw-in is so important, and that's why you want it to be a stock ball, where you throw to the front or the middle, but never to the back. You want that first throw-in to set the tone, but it was just about impossible for Marx to hit his jumper at that first line-out. From there, Allan said it was hardly surprising to see Marx lose confidence at the lineouts in what was just his 9th test and first start against the peerless All Blacks. In our day, the hooker would have the ability to overwrite a line-out call, and perhaps this is what Marx should have done, but after that first throw you could see it became a crisis of confidence, and the line-out never recovered. There is no doubt that Malcolm is an excellent rugby player, Allan added. He is big and strong, he steals breakdown ball, and does a good job at the scrums. But when you are inconsistent with your line-out throws, then you become a liability. So it is undoubtedly something that he will need to keep working on. However, Allan reiterated that all the blame could not be laid at the feet of Marx. There was clearly a systematic failure at the lineouts, and sometimes it was just impossible for him to find his jumpers. But it all comes back to that first line-out, because the All Blacks would have sensed an opportunity and targeted that set piece from there. In this clip below, it's clear to see the confusion that reigned at the Springboks' first line-out in the second-minute photo. Hannah Peters, Getty Images. Alistair Coetzee and Brendan Venter's comments. Since the Springboks' record 570 loss to the All Blacks are as concerning as the performance itself, writes Simon Borghardt. What Nick Mallett had to say on SuperSport about the Springboks' humiliating 570 defeat against the All Blacks in Albany. What we learned from round 4 of the Rugby Championship, according to Craig Lewis.